This podcast is sponsored by Active Skin Repair, a skin health company helping people heal with natural, non toxic, medical grade ingredients. Okay, guys, I am probably one of the most accident prone people on the planet. You can blame it on many things: bad luck, poor spatial perception, but it all results in the same thing. Brie can injure herself literally anywhere, anytime. Take, for instance, last week, I was plucking my eyebrows, people, and I stabbed myself in the hand. Next thing I know, I am bleeding everywhere, going, what the heck just happened? But luckily for me, I had some active skin repair on hand, just one spray, and it felt so much better. By the next day, it was not red, not sore. It was fantastic. I love this stuff. Active skin repair can be used to treat a wide range of skin issues. And since it's all natural and non toxic, it's perfect for people like me with sensitive skin. It works by utilizing hydrochloric acid, which mimics a natural immune response to cleanse, soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and support the healing. With over 500,000 happy customers, thousands of 5-star reviews, and ingredients that are so safe and clean that it can be used from the youngest member of your family all the way up to the oldest, most accident prone like me, you can have one simple solution for your family's skin health needs. So visit www.activeskincarerepair.com to learn more about active skin repair and get 20% off your order by using the code NOGUILT. That's www.activeskinrepair.com. Use the code NOGUILT to get 20% off your order.
When we ask our husbands or partners to say, put some thought into it, what we're really telling them is like, do this and guess this specific thing that will make me happy. And I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair to
true.
them. That's not fair.
So it's much better just to tell them exactly what you want and do it today. Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I'm your host, Joanne Crone, joined here by the lovely Brie Tucker.
Why, hello, everybody. How are you?
We're talking about Mother's Day, and we're a month out from U.S. Mother's Day, and we want you to have a wonderful Mother's Day that honors you, that doesn't require you to do extra work, nor will you get another robe that you're not going to wear.
Oh my gosh. As soon as you said that, I'm thinking back to an SNL skit with, Christmas.
That was a purposeful trigger.
Christmas
That was
wrap.
like me. I'm going to trigger this.
I got a robe. They got a robe for the dog too. Wow. Can you tell that I am taking this, this is a personal thing for me, guys. This is a personal thing for me, and I take it very seriously.
That's how it works because there's so many times like we hear about women getting gifts, like their family tries or the husband tries. You see this all the time. And then you end up either taking care of everybody on Mother's Day or you just have to pretend you're so excited to get something that you're really not excited to get whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're going to tell you exactly what to do. We're going to tell you what guilt you're probably going to be fighting against while doing it. And we're also going to give you some really funny stories that have happened to our friends about
And to us.
and to us about what's happened with gifts. So, before we get into the episode though, can you rate and review us please on Apple Podcasts? If you enjoy the No Guilt Mom podcast, please tell us on Apple Podcasts. That really helps push this podcast out to more people. You know, those little like new and noteworthy or podcasts that we think you'll enjoy that Apple Podcasts gives you. This is how they pick the podcast to put there. So we would love it if you could take an extra second just to tell us what you like about the show. Give us some ideas for future episodes if there's anything you want to hear from in the show. Like, we love it so much reading those reviews, Brie.
Yes, please. I think I said this on another episode. I especially love hearing what people like hearing about it so that we can do more of that because it's exhausting. I'm not the best mind reader, so let us know what you guys like because I would love to hear and make more of what you guys like to hear. So let's do that.
And a little behind the scenes thing here. When Bree says it's exhausting, this is the third episode we've recorded today. So
This batching stuff is killing me.
We batch it, but we also just get to laugh and rant on things. So it's kind of a fun time. So we hope you enjoy the show.
You want mom life to be easier.
That's our goal too. Our mission is to raise more self sufficient and independent kids, and we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to help you delegate and step back. Each episode will tackle strategies for positive discipline, making our kids more responsible and making our lives better in the process. Welcome to the No Guilt Mom Podcast. Okay, we are getting in early this year, Bree. We are making sure that Mother's Day goes well for the millions of moms out there. Because, again, we don't want you to get in a robe. No, the world needs
Yeah.
less robes for moms. We want.
Well, and I just feel like there is this dark side to gifts that people don't talk about.
Mhm.
And I think that they hit moms more than husbands, and they hit moms more than a lot of other people. Because, we have all received this gift. It's this really sweet gift from somebody. Typically, it's like an experience. You're going to go to a hair appointment. You're going to get a massage. You're going to have a weekend away, maybe a night out on the town. But we don't talk about that mental load, all that extra work that comes along with the gift that has these lovely strings attached. Like, hey, you want to go to the salon or get that massage? Hold up. Who's watching the kids? And will you be done in time to pick up the kids from school or start dinner or go run that errand? Weekend away? Just the two of you? Fantastic. Oh, but wait. Where are we staying? Who's watching the kids? Where exactly are we going on this trip? Or where are we going when we get to the place we're going to on the trip? Like, what's the climate? I don't know. Like, who's going to figure out what the climate is? Do we need to go get new clothes? Do we have enough luggage for us both to go? Like, there's so many things going on. Like, it's crazy. You're gonna go in the car. Do we have the oil change? Do we need to do that before we go? Like, I'm already too tired to go on with the task of things that you would need to do for a night out. So if you can relate, which you probably can, then this episode is for you, people. This episode is speaking to you.
For instance, we can say that an anonymous friend of ours received a gift about going away for the weekend to see like some Broadway shows. But she was like, "Oh, cool." But the whole family came along. And so she had to pack for her kids. She had to make reservations to get their pets watched. She had to like do all these other things. She had to take off of work. She had to like there was just
Figure out where they were gonna
figure out where
eat.
they were gonna eat, so many things, buy them clothes because it was raining and they didn't have any rain clothes to be out all day, like, it was a lot, so much so that this gift, this wonderful, amazing, quote, unquote, "gift" took so much out of her that it doesn't seem much like a gift anymore, and we don't
Yeah.
we don't really talk about this because I
Nope.
don't think there was any, like, malintention whatsoever in this gift. I truly believe that, like, her husband probably thought he was getting it right and he was surprising her, but he also wasn't aware of exactly what else needed to happen for this gift to go through.
And I think this stuff happens all the time. Like I used to have somebody that would give me for birthdays and holidays and Mother's Day. I would get a gift card to the salon I like to go to get my hair done.
Mhm.
And first of all, funny because that money came out of like our household, but okay, whatever. So here's a gift card to go get your hair done. And then oh great, that's awesome. Now I've got to figure out who's going to watch the kids while I go because he's not going to. I have to figure out when I can get the hair appointment done so that I can still manage to make it in time to pick up the kids from school and or have dinner started in time and like, oh, what day do we have other stuff going on? So it's like all of this planning that goes into it. Like, same thing for, like, a night out. Like, "Oh, here, we're gonna go to this great, we're gonna have a night out, date night. Okay, great. Who's gonna watch the kids? What restaurant are we going to? Do I have any clothes that fit me? Nope. Okay, I gotta go buy a new outfit now. Oh, I also like my roots are showing, so now I feel like I wanna get my hair." It's like all of this extra, like, thought that has to get put into these things. Okay, you can tell it's personal for Brie.
Here's the thing. And then we get thrown back against us. Oh, you're just not spontaneous anymore and you're no more fun.
or you're not grateful. I did
Or
this.
you're not grateful.
Yeah, you're not being, and we're not saying that it's not so sweet and kind. And we're not saying that, oh, I would take offense to that whole, like, "I'm not spontaneous."
Yeah.
Spontaneous is you thinking of all the extra crap that we can't just up and leave anymore. We have kids,
Mhm.
families, pets. Like, it's not the same life that it was prior when we were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets that way. It becomes very unsexy too. I think, like, the sexiest thing a guy could do is think of all those things and, like, have you come like, you're there and you're like, "I don't have to do anything? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you're amazing. You're
Yeah, it's all
amazing."
planned. It's all
It's all
planned. It's
planned?
all taken care of. There's nothing I need to do but just take care of me. And that's the stuff. It's like so our whole point of this is just that there are things you can do, and we'll talk about that as the episode goes on, but that it's okay to be frustrated when this happens because it happens to
Mhm.
all of us. Like, I am really hoping there are people listening to this episode, and I'm almost certain there's a lot of people listening to this episode going, "Heck yeah." I remember when I got that gift last year, last week. I know I'm getting it in, and I know I'm getting it in a month, like, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Or
Yeah.
you just get, like I got in actually a lot of trouble for this, and it's really started the communication going between me and my husband about what exactly I wanted versus, like, what he thought I wanted,
Ooh.
because he he forgot about Mother's Day or something, or that he should celebrate it. So, remembering at the last minute, he went to the store and he got a card and he got some flowers. And at the time, I really, like, took offense to that because I felt like I was spending all this effort thinking of stuff for, like, Father's Day and, like, his birthdays and really, like, putting
Mhm.
in that time and thought, and then him at the last minute was like, "Oh, here, I'll just get a card and flowers."
Yeah.
And that's what I got upset about. I was upset because I didn't feel like he was prioritizing me in our relationship. It was more
Right.
last minute. But he took it as, "Oh, you want, like, an expensive gift or whatever," and so then he got me, like, a
Oh
gift
my
card to
gosh,
Banana Republic.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was like a miscommunication, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, it's not that." It's like it's just the thought involved in the process, and so through that whole situation, what we found is that I need to say exactly what I want, and I need to
Mhm.
figure that out for myself exactly what I want, because I'm also somebody who doesn't like surprises. I just don't. And, like, if people try to surprise me, I feel like I'm so specific about certain things that a surprise will come through, and I will be, like, trying to fake the whole time that I really like everything that's going on, and then it's not relaxing for me whatsoever. I don't like it. So, um, it's better if I know what I want. So I really, really had to dig into it. And I will tell you right now, if you don't know what you want, I'm going to give you some tips on how to dig into it right after this break.
If you've been with us for a while, you've heard me talk about my dog Max. He's more than just my pet, he is my little lifesaver. Max joined us unexpectedly 9 years ago, and since he trotted his little furry butt into our family's life, he has been my constant companion. He's been with me through my divorce, my remarriage, our 3 different homes that we've been living in, the times where I've been too sick and could not get out of bed, he stayed by my side. And then there were the times when we were having so much fun and laughing so hard that his zoomies started and seemed to go on literally forever. I honestly don't know what I would do without him. He is my best furry friend. And if you are getting a new pet soon, that means that you need to be thinking about all the things you need to get for them, like food, toys, a bed. And something else you may not be thinking about is pet insurance. That is why you should check out ASPCA Pet Health Insurance.
The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you to help your pet get the care that they may need. They allow you to customize your plan, helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are.
The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program has been around for over 18 years, and they have helped more than 600,000 pets during that time because vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. gift. It's simple. Just go use their app to submit a claim, and you'll receive your reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account.
To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/no guilt. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/no guilt. Again, that's aspcapetinsurance.com/no guilt. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance.
Hey there, I'm Debbie Reber, the founder of Tilt Parenting and the author of the book Differently Wired. The mission of Tilt is to change the way neurodivergence, whether that's having a learning disability, having ADHD, being gifted, autistic, or some combination of all of the above, is perceived and experienced so differently wired kids and the parents like us raising them can truly thrive. On the Tilt Parenting podcast, I get to talk with authors, therapists, educators, and parenting experts who are committed to this mission. I ask the questions my listeners are most curious about when it comes to supporting our kids. And in turn, my guests share strategies for challenges, out-of-the-box ideas for navigating school, best practices for therapies, tips for advocating, and so many thoughtful insights on what it really takes to help our kids grow up feeling seen and respected so they can create awesome lives for themselves. I know that raising a differently wired kid can feel overwhelming and isolating, but I promise you, you are not alone, and it can feel so much better. If you're on this parenting journey, come listen to Tilt Parenting. Together, we can shift this paradigm and show up for our exceptional kids with hope, possibility, and joy.
So, when you're trying to think about what may I want for Mother's Day, I'm not talking about like any like gifts. I'm not talking so much in like the commodity sense or anything like that. I want you to think about what do you want your Mother's Day to look like? Like what would be a relaxing day for you?
What do
And
you
when I
envision as being amazing?
Yes. What do you envision? And like for me, I love a buffet. I mean, we've talked about my love of food before. I love a buffet, especially a fancy buffet. And so my request for Mother's Day is usually like, I just want like to have the family together and I don't want to prepare things. So we need to go out and let's just go to like a Mother's Day brunch or
Mhm.
something like that. And usually at these Mother's Day brunches, they do such a good job and they give like moms like a glass of champagne and like a rose when they come in. And like you just feel completely special. And I love that whole thing. And then it's like our brunch. So it's like our breakfast and our lunch and it's like the special occasion. So it's not so much a present I like that experience, and that's,
Yeah.
like, my perfect Mother's Day. What is your Mother's Day?
Hmm. So mine would also be experience. And it probably would be very similar. Not the buffet thing. Not a huge fan of that, but I definitely do like going out and wherever I'm going, if there are mimosa flights, I'm
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I don't care how bad the food is. I just want a mimosa flight. No, I only half joke. So anyway, I
No,
mean,
but that's a good thing to
yeah.
know.
And
Like,
and my
the
go-to, my go-to has always been, like, nobody argues with me that day. Like, nobody
Mhm,
argues with me. That's all I want. Unless I am asking you to do something that is insanely ridiculous, like, I don't know, let's go base jumping off the Empire State Building. I expect people to smile and be like, "Sure, let's do it for today.
mhm.
For you, mom." We'll do it today for you. So, yeah, and I would and I food is a big thing for me because you've heard me complain many times on the podcast talking about, like, the mess of, like, cooking and stuff like that. Nothing irritates me more than having to clean up a mess after cooking. So, yeah, I'd like to go to a restaurant where somebody takes care of all that for me, and there's
Yeah,
mimosas involved. Then I'm happy.
yeah. So, like, I want you to think about what you want right now. What do you envision your Mother's Day looking like? And I'm guessing it's nothing extravagant. It's probably something like Brie and I say. We want to be taken care of, and our families could do that by making a nice reservation.
Yeah.
And now is the time to make that reservation. Right now, as this episode is airing in April, because I mean, we live in the Phoenix area and these restaurants for Mother's Day get packed right away.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, so
so if you're
everything gets packed. Like, if what you wanna do
everything,
is
yeah.
go get a massage, like, you can't that stuff can't it happen same day. There has to
No,
be, and
it's not.
I'm 100% with you on that with the thing you had with your husband. It's all about putting some thought into it. Like, it doesn't have to be a bazillion dollars. Maybe it's all you
Mhm.
do is you wake up in the morning and you're like, "I love you. What do you wanna do today?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you name it and I will make it happen. That also, like, right there, 'cause I'm gonna, like, take us on a slight we're gonna take a slight fork in the road, but it's gonna come right back to the main road here in a sec. Like, we talk a lot about mental load on here and how things and I started this whole episode, like, talking about how when I would have somebody give me a gift for a hair salon, like, it wasn't a real gift because there's all this mental load involved in it. If you at least say to me, "What do you wanna do?" Yes, sometimes that decision fatigue will make me go, "Oh my god," but it gets followed up with a, "And I will make it happen?" Oh, hells to the
Mhm.
yeah. I can certainly get
Mhm.
behind that. Like,
That's
so wait, I just get to tell you and it all happens? I don't have to actually be the one who searches it and then finds the address and then gets everybody loaded up in the car and then goes? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But, like, knowing what you want in this
Yeah.
instance is so important because a lot of times we do tell our partners, "Oh, I just want you to put thought into it." And that's where I ran into trouble there because his thought is different than my thought
Yeah.
about what I want, and neither is better than the other. But really what we're talking about, like, when we ask our husbands or partners to say, "Put some thought into it," what we're really telling them is like, do this and guess this specific thing that will make me happy. And I don't think
Yeah.
that's fair.
That
It's
is
not
that
fair
is
to
true.
them.
That's not fair.
So it's much better just to tell them exactly what you want and do it today. You could be like, hey, I was thinking about Mother's Day and I would really like to go to a brunch restaurant for Mother's Day. Can you make the reservation for that? And can we all go to the brunch restaurant? And your partner will probably be like, yeah, sure.
Well, to add on to that, if you know what brunch restaurant you wanna go to, then
Mhm.
add that in there. Like, don't be it's not selfish to say, "I really, really love XYZ. I know we don't go there that often, or I know it's hard to get into, but I would really love to go to XYZ." Like, I think that that's
Yeah.
super helpful.
Yeah, I think it's super, super helpful.
So, I mean, I feel like it is important to be able to articulate what you want. And if you don't even know what you want, then maybe that's what you say. Like, that's that honestly, that's my cop out with the whole like nobody argues with Brie thing. I'm not great
Yeah.
about thinking about things in advance. I mean, sometimes I could think 20 steps ahead, and then other times I'm struggling to think of step one. So that's why my answer is always like nobody argues with me because when I wake up that day, that's when I wanna decide what I wanna do. Like, I love the idea of the spontaneity of it, but again, my husband, like, has to know, like 'cause I've told him, like, "Don't plan anything in
Exactly.
advance. Don't plan anything in advance because I like to fly by the seat of my pants that day."
It's also one of those things where we have to let people fail on us a little bit and do it their own way. Here's what I'm talking about. So, like, when I tell my husband exactly what I want, I cannot be nagging him or like being like, have you made that reservation yet? Have
Oh,
you made that
yeah.
reservation yet? Like, I can't do that. I have to trust in him
Yeah.
that he is going to do it and he is going to solve the problem. I can tell you a thing from this weekend. He's like, what are you thinking for dinner? And I looked at him and I'm like, I think I want you to make the total decision about what to make for dinner because I am decided out right now. I just been helping my daughter clean out her entire closet because she has a
Ooh.
trouble organizing.
Oh,
And
that's
so
a
I had to
lot.
make so many, oh my gosh, so many decisions. So many decisions. And you know what? There's stuff still piled on her floor because I'm like, and you get to clean, like you can handle this and it's still there. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Okay." He took an hour to figure out dinner. He was, like, looking through all the DoorDash stuff, like, looking through every single menu, trying to it took him an hour, and I had to leave it, and there was one point in there where I'm like, "Oh, look, we have some leftovers here, we could do this," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna be quiet because this is yours. Got it." Because it's such habit.
Yeah.
For me to, like, step in and move things along faster if I don't think they're going fast enough.
Oh, that's
And
100% me. Oh, yeah.
mhm.
I have a really hard time shutting up and and watching somebody go at the pace they need to go at. Like, again, that's why I say that my husband and I do well. He like he'll like, when I start to muddle myself or not muddle, I start to, like, butt myself into a situation, he'll, like, come over and hug me. "I love you." Or he'll squeeze my hand if I'm talking to the kids, and I know exactly what that is. That's the back off Brie. Back off Brie
Back
cue.
up.
The back off Brie
It
cue.
it's
Yeah.
a hard line not to cross.
It is
Because
because,
it's like
again, like you just said, like, the pace isn't going the way that we want it. Like, and why is it? Maybe you were hungry, and you're like, "I
Mhm.
don't know. Do I have time to get a snack? Do I not have time to get a snack?" Like, it's yeah. When food's
Yeah.
involved, it's
So
hard.
after this break, we are going to give you some gift stories where they've gone wrong, and also you're going to get a few tips on what to do if your Mother's Day doesn't go exactly like you want it to. Right after this break.
If you're a parent, I invite you to join us at the Mindful Mama podcast, where it's all about becoming a less irritable, more joyful parent. With sometimes hilarious and always thought-provoking experts and friends, at Mindful Mama, we know that you cannot give what you do not have. And when you have calm and peace within, then you can give it to your children. I'm Hunter Clark Fields, and I can't wait to see you there. Listen in to the Mindful Mama podcast.
Are you overwhelmed by the things that get in the way of you doing what you want to do? Are you looking for ways to simplify life to better align with your values? Do you want to create space in your schedule so you have room for more of the good stuff? Play, joy, relationships, gratitude, and more? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I invite you to check out Edit Your Life, a podcast to help you edit the unnecessary from your life so you have more room to enjoy the awesome. Through episodes with me, Christine Coe, and a range of super smart, compassionate, and thoughtful guests, you'll come away with big picture insights and practical ways to declutter your home, schedule, and mental space without getting bogged down by perfection. I have always believed that small moments and actions matter tremendously. My goal is to help you find agency and space in your life through doable baby steps that will leave you feeling accomplished instead of overwhelmed. Check out Edit Your Life wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
So there have been gifts we've heard from other people, and they've gone just horribly, horribly wrong, where the mom has had to figure out the childcare or like just was sitting alone expecting to create the entire dinner for everybody. Like I hear that a lot from actually our balance community where they're expected to create.
Oh my gosh, that's so unfair.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair at all. Like, I'll be like, "What are you doing for Mother's
Mm.
Day?" "Oh, my mom and my sisters, we're all coming over and we're gonna make a big Mother's Day brunch for all of us and celebrate all of us."
Oh, heck no.
Yeah.
I get 1 day off a year. That's the it's my 1 day off.
And your birthday, you gotta claim the birthday, and you have to do, like, a whole birthday week, but, like, s but yeah.
Oh, you know what I do for my birthday. Like, my birthday is, like, I typically like, for people listening, I take the day off if I can, and I just drive around and just get free stuff from all kinds of places. Like, it's happy birthday every 10 minutes for
Mhm.
Brie. Yay, happy birthday.
Yeah, but I want to encourage you to take a different tactic this Mother's Day. Instead of thinking that the men in your life will not do something for you for Mother's Day, so then you have to take it up yourself. I want you to
Mhm.
request it this year, just like we went through with you. Figure out what you want and ask for it. And then if the men in your life don't do that, we have other discussions that you need to have with them. Because
Yes.
it's something that I feel pops up a lot, like, especially with our balance members. A lot of them are afraid to ask for what they want. And I think it's just like how we've been conditioned in society and like what we've been told is selfish or ungrateful, that they're always very surprised when they ask for what they want and their husbands are like, sure, yeah, let's make that happen for you.
Well, I think you hit that perfectly. Like, a lot of us, we have been conditioned that it is and we have an episode on toxic gratitude, like how you are supposed to be grateful for everything. And that you need to be grateful, grateful, grateful. And by the way, hashtag blessed, you need to be grateful.
Mhm.
And I think that there is something to be said about helping create your happiness in your life. And there is nothing wrong with being clear and articulate. Like, would you like to have to figure out, like, I'm sorry, let's just take this a step back. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but when my kids' birthdays come up and Christmas and whatever, and I have to buy presents for them, I
Mhm.
ask them what they want. I ask them.
And they make
Same with my
lists. They
husband.
make so many lists.
Yeah. Yeah, I will ask them, and I do the same with my husband, and you know why I do that? Because it is helpful.
Mhm.
I would rather get them something that they want than something they don't want.
Yeah.
So why is it wrong for us to do that same thing?
Yeah, it's funny because 'cause we're
To,
not
like,
asked. We're
offer
not asked what we want. Like, I don't think people
that is
actually
true.
ask us what we want. It becomes our emotional labor to tell everybody what we want, and that's not exactly fair. I mean, let's just acknowledge that right now. It's not fair, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's fair,
You're right, that is
but
a point. Okay, moms, like, we need to start a picket line. So go out there and grab your little poster boards and your markers, and we're gonna have it say, "Ask moms, what do we want? When do we want it now? Ask moms, what do we want? When do we want it now?"
yeah, but I also think, like,
Because
it's not any, like, people not thinking, but, like, so much is it's due to us also pushing back the issue. Like, I remember asking my mom what she wanted, and she's like, "Oh, anything you wanna give me. It's great."
oh, my mom does that all the time too.
Yes,
Like, no, that's not how this works.
and so you just stop asking because you're like, "Oh, well, they're just gonna be happy with anything, so we can just fly by the seat of our pants because they're gonna be happy with anything." I mean, they're doing exactly what they've been told. It's no
Yeah.
fault of theirs, but it's also, like, this really complicated issue, so we do have to say exactly what we
Let's
want.
break the cycle,
Yeah.
people. Yeah, let's break the cycle, people. We're breaking it to make it more positive moving forward for our kids, for everybody that gets to deal with us in our lives. I have never heard anybody say, like, wow, someone who's really clear on their communication skills is awful to deal with.
No. It's yeah.
Never heard that. Never
No.
once.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's usually the most awesome thing when you're dealing with somebody who's good with communication because you're clear on where
Yeah.
you stand. You're never second guessing if they like it or not. It was something that they asked for specifically, and you could feel good giving it because you know they're going to be very, very excited opening it or like going to the experience. It's a win
Receiving
win
it. Yeah.
all around, all around.
Yeah.
So that's our challenge to you this Mother's Day. I know I previewed some stories, but we already told our stories, guys. We
I
told
was
our
gonna
story.
say, like, I wonder what stories Joanne has because again, like mine comes back to like it's the same thing. And yeah, and I just remember always being so mad when I would get that gift that was in a little envelope because I knew what it was every dang time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be told I can go to the hair salon. I'm gonna be told that it's my job to figure out what to do with the kids. And and I'm gonna have to like figure out all the pieces to it. And this is not a gift. It's a burden because then also there was the follow-up of like, did you do it yet? Did you use it? What'd you think of it? Why haven't you gone yet? Why haven't you done it yet? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, it's not that's not cool.
Yeah.
So again, like we're our point of this episode is like, yes, we've all been there. We've all had the gift that came with a bazillion strings attached. And we're sitting there trying to smile our way through it, trying to act like we're like so excited. When we are, like it's a great thing that you did, but now my mind is immediately running with the 20 other things I have to figure out just so I can be a part of this gift that was given to me. And we're here to tell you that it's okay that you feel that way. You're not a bad person,
Mhm.
but that there are ways to fix it.
Yeah.
There are things that you can do.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So
I want to
this Mother's Day,
I want to hear from
I
people.
do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want you to DM me on Instagram when you go and ask your partner for what you want this Mother's Day. DM me and say, "Did it. Did it, Joanne? Like I did it. I asked them for what I wanted and here's what happened." Or you can just tell me did it. Whatever you like. Bree, I think we should
Yes, like I want to hear what people do.
yeah, I wanna hear what you do, and I also wanna shout out some of our podcast reviews on Apple Podcasts. So if you've not left a review yet, please go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It's what helps gets No Guilt Mom out to so many other women. Really helps push this podcast out to more people. So we would love it if you could take an extra second just to tell us what you like about the show. I wa
Well, I would just say like we are asking for what we would like. We are sharing with you.
we're asking for what we like. Yes.
Like this is what we would like. We are communicating clearly that we would love to get your like your feedback. Give us a rate and review. Let us know what your thoughts are. It helps us or not or. And if you're up for bonus, like or you've already left us a review and for some reason you can't leave another one, then hey, share this with a friend.
Yes,
Tell
please.
some share, like, go and hit the share link on your phone to send our podcast to at least one other person that you think would enjoy it. One other person that's gotten a gift with strings attached and had to sit there and smile and grin and be like, "Thank you so much for this fantastic opportunity to pack for everybody and plan everybody's well-being for the next week."
Yes, yes. So let's shout out some of these podcast reviews that were recently left for the No
Yes.
Guilt Mom podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, first up is AA Friday. She says, must listen for moms. No matter the season of motherhood you're in, Joanne and Bree provide thoughtful, supportive, and fun content to help you navigate the challenges women face today. With their stellar lineup of guest speakers, along with candid conversations and personal experiences, you'll soon feel like they're your own personal life coaches.
Oh my goodness, that is so sweet. There is so much love there. Oh my, I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling the love.
This one is from Lena Horn, keeping it real and encouraging. Joanne and Bree are so good at giving voice to the real life challenges of motherhood that we all have to deal with, making you feel seen while also giving tips and strategies that actually help.
Yes, that is our goal. You're seen, you were heard, and
Yes.
this is what you can actually do about it. Okay, no, this one's mine. This one. No, I mean not my review, but one that I'm excited to read. So this one is from Siren BHD 1979. It says, "Looking for a mom bestie? Look no further. Here is two." Thank you. That was pretty awesome. It says, "I found this podcast through the Happy Mom Summit. I was initially in love with Bree and Joanne, and two amazing women couldn't help but have an amazing podcast. If you're looking for a mom bestie to support you on this rewarding but tough journey called motherhood, look no further. They bring helpful advice and non judgmental support wrapped in a fun and welcoming atmosphere, featuring amazing guests and the best community I've ever been a part of. Oh, you can't miss these episodes. Why haven't you just subscribed already?"
Yes, so go leave a review on the podcast. We would love you immensely, and we may shout you out on a future episode. And we hope that right now you are going to take the steps to have the best Mother's Day possible and get exactly what you want because the best mom is a happy mom. Take care of you, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, all. Thanks for stopping by.
When it comes to raising kids, there's so much to consider. Things like, what do we feed them? When do we feed them? How do they sleep? What does it look like to raise kind kids? How does their nervous system work? How do I keep myself calm? What are my triggers? There's so much that comes into play, and we are distilling all of that information for you at Voices of Your Village podcast, where we bring experts in the field of early childhood and education and psychology and across the board so that you don't have to comb the internet for information. You get to show up and hang out and have shame-free, judgment-free conversations and insights into what it looks like to raise kind, empathetic, emotionally intelligent humans. I'm Alyssa Blask Campbell. I have a master's degree in early childhood education. I'm a mom of two, and I am walking this journey right alongside you doing this work. Come hang out with me at Voices of Your Village, and we can dive into real conversations with actionable tips.